Irie Jam.
Irie Jamming Entertainment.
Irie Jamming Entertainment.
Irie Jamming Entertainment.
Irie Jamming Entertainment.
Irie Jamming.
Chasing Purpose was designed to empower, uplift, and enlighten you on your journey in chasing your purpose.
Don't waste your time with thoughts of giving up.
Chasing Purpose.
Not too late for us to try. We can overcome.
Chasing Purpose. Candid conversations, nurturing faith, pursuing aspirations, setting intentions.
Together we rise, divided we fall. Let Jah lead the way.
Chasing Purpose.
Cause God always a listen.
Chasing Purpose.
One day I have to win. That's why I'ma try again.
Chasing Purpose. Mondays, 7 p.m. on Irie Jam Radio, Irie Jam 360, or IrieJamRadio.com. Hosted by Cynthia Shea.
Self-centered men, women, boys and girls, caught in self-pity, seeking self-justice. Every human come subscribe to this. Let's choose to help others, don't be self-serving. Better to give than receive, it's more rewarding. Born to lead in an area of gifting. No excuse, walk in your calling. We are the change that we want to see. We can change the world, but it takes a you and me. The change that I want to see. Watch me change the world, cause the change lives within me. The answer's in the mirror. The mirror. In the mirror. Oh yeah. The answer's in the mirror. The mirror. It's not a black and white thing, but a dark and light thing. Ignorance them highlight and knowledge them fighting. So get this right, king, you're not a peasant, you're a king. Stop fussing over dirt, which is the color of your skin. Greater than your outside is the image that's within. Your character like this, like lightning, you're shining. Don't conform, be transformed, the world changes rising. Oh, we are the change that we want to see. We can change the world, but it takes the
The answer indeed is in the mirror. We continue our discussion on finishing 2020 strong. On last week's show, we talked about resetting, rethinking, and refocusing. Not waiting on January 2021 to roll around to set our resolutions that we may or may not keep, but starting now to prepare ourselves for the amazing blessings God has in store for us. Welcome to Chasing Purpose, a space where we have conversations about nurturing faith, pursuing aspirations, setting intentions, all while living boldly. These 4 pillars, I believe, will not only help you chase your purpose, but step into and thrive in your purpose. I strongly believe we are all born with a purpose, gifted at birth with the tools we need to unlock that purpose. My question to you is, have you found your purpose? Give me a call. I'd love to hear from you. 888-546-8742. That's 888-546-8742. Have you found your purpose? And if so, what is your purpose? If you have not found your purpose, how are you applying these 4 pillars to chase your purpose? I am your host, Cynthia Shea. Thank you for joining us this evening on Chasing Purpose on Irie Jam Radio, Irie Jam 360, and IrieJamRadio.com. You can follow us and watch us live on Instagram at @chasingpurpose_on purpose or on Facebook at Chasing Purpose. By now, you all know this is one of my favorite times of the year. This holiday means so much. It's not just about the eggnog, the Christmas ham, the Christmas carols, or what you may or may not have under your Christmas tree. This season represents newness. The birth of a newborn is nothing short of a miracle. The birth of God's Son, Jesus Christ, is a symbol of love, the guiding light that we all need on this journey. Our purposeful holiday picks continue this week, so stay tuned for what ideas we have for you. And remember, one lucky winner walks away with tonight's gift. All you have to do is answer the purposeful question of the day given by my big bro DJ Roy on Wednesday. It's that simple. And not only are you going to win whatever gift we're giving, you will also win a black cake or rum cake. How it go? Black cake, rum cake is brought on a get in. So please listen out for that purposeful question of the day in order to win your holiday pick. So yes. Purpose is a thing over here. We are all about purpose, finding it, honing it with our 4 pillars, and thriving in it. So you know I'm excited to share space and time with Mr. I Am Purpose. Purpose lives here. Mr. Man of Purpose and Mirror Boss, Mr. Rondell Positive. Welcome to Chasing Purpose, Rondell. How are you?
I like it over here.
Ah!
I really like it over here. I'm just hearing my kind of language being spoken, and it's like I'm trying to find where I've ever been, and I've heard my favorite word so many times in
right?
such a short space of time.
Our
you know?
favorite word for sure.
Yeah.
Rondell is an avid speaker, kingdom teacher, purpose activator, mentor, and philanthropist. He is also a consultant to the Ministry of National Security and Ministry of Education and Youth. He has won numerous music awards and shared the stage with big-name acts in the gospel fraternity like Pastor Donnie McClurkin, Tasha Cobb Leonard's, my favorite, Travis Green, Sinach, and Israel Holton, another one of my favorites. Rondell and his wife, Latoya, a.k.a. his Shunammite, have founded Y Leap, an initiative designed to foster the development of the entrepreneurial spirit in youths. That's simply amazing. Simply amazing. All right. How do you help someone activate their purpose?
Well, the first thing is that people need to actually know that they have a purpose. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but it's actually being alive and not knowing why you're alive. So in terms of helping people to activate purpose, one of the first things to do is really go and define purpose, because a lot of people are looking for this huge explosion. And most times people don't recognize that you've been doing this thing since you were born. You've been doing this thing. It's built into you. But I was talking to my daughters yesterday, and I was saying to them, because I love telling them things that people don't normally tell their children. So I was talking to them, and I was telling them how much time I wasted being trapped in a system that really told me that I had a certain value. And so I had a certain value for 30 days. So they would give me a paycheck and said, this is what you're valued, right? And I was saying to them, how long I was doing what I'm doing right now, and I never just recognized that what I'm doing right now is really what I'm here for. So the first step is really to get people to understand that there is something in you that you were created for. There's something that you were created to give to the world that absolutely no one else can give to the world. 7.9 billion people presently, and nobody else can do what you came here to do. And if you don't get it, then if you don't get it and you die and leave here without delivering it, then you're a generational robber. Not just one generation, but you have robbed generations to come, and you have actually also added to the wealth of the cemetery. You have made the cemetery a much more wealthier place, because
if it's books that you carry, I mean, nobody would have read your books, you know. So, yeah. So the first step is to really find out, is really to define and to get it in your head that,
Right, that you-
listen, you were specially. Imagine it, 600 million sperms rushing towards one egg.
And each one of them have purpose.
And the thing is, you made it here.
Yeah. Yeah.
599,999,999. And guess what? Those never just gave up.
Yeah.
You actually fought your way here. So it must be that there was somebody who decided that there's something that you need to deliver, that only you can deliver. You know. So number one is you have to know that you have a purpose.
Right.
And then people start asking, what is purpose? You know, purpose is reason. Purpose is the reason why you're here. Purpose is you call it. It is a cause. You know, it is that big question. Why?
Right.
Why? And that's one of the things I found out that I while I was growing up, my mother would tell me I was always one of the kids who was asking why. Everything that he asked me, I want to know why. Why? Go and do that. Why should I do it?
Right.
Somebody said, don't do that. Why should I not do it?
Right.
Because, and that's the most important question that any person can have. There are 5 questions that really rule the world, you know, and that's the middle question, the why. It's so important that anybody who figures out why, they become so dangerous that the world becomes scared of them.
How has your faith played a part in purpose, in your purpose?
Whoa, faith. I would say it plays of understanding purpose and finding purpose. I believe faith plays about 95%. Everything else is you can leave it to 5%. Why? Because the purpose of a thing is found in the maker of a thing. You know, you will not go to Apple to ask them about a Samsung phone. People trust Apple so much with their iPhones that they will turn on the iPhone, and a matter of fact, the phone might just need rebooting, and people will take it back to Apple because it went off in an odd way. So either they go to Apple or they go online to find out what possibly could have happened to it, and they go and check with Apple. The truth is that truth about any product can only be found, the real truth can only be found in the manufacturer. Why? Because the manufacturer actually would have seen that product long before that product came to us. He would have seen that product completed. You know? And so if the manufacturer sees the product completed, it starts with something that is called a precept. And pre is making reference to before it becomes a concept. Precept. And precept then turns into idea. And then ideas become concepts. When ideas become concepts is when we decide that we're going to make them a plan. And we put them into a plan. But the truth is that we would have completed all of it before we bring it out to plan. And that's why if you're building a house now, wherever in the world you're building a house, you have to get a permit after you produce the completed house. So it means that you, who would have sat down with the architect, you would have actually given the architect the completed house that you had in your head. and the architect puts it on paper, and then you can carry that permit to whichever agency that is needed. So the truth about that house can only be found in you.
Yeah. Wow. The truth can
The truth can only be found in you. And so that's a principle that we align with God.
Yeah.
That God knew you from before your mother and father even existed.
Yeah.
You were in Adam. If you check it, Adam was the first man then. And Adam started, and then Eve came out of Adam. And 7.9 billion people later, Adam's still releasing.
Were you always this confident and bold, especially in your belief in yourselves and your capabilities?
I was in a negative way back in the day, because there was a time when they used to call me Rondell.
Ooh.
Because I was a trouble. Back then I was considered a troublemaker because I never really knew. I never knew who I was. See, when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse becomes automatic. It is abuse, abnormal use. Its normal use is not normal for it, because you don't know the why. You don't know the reason why you're here. You don't know the purpose of the thing. So a lot of things we abuse because we experiment. So people experiment a lot with themselves because people don't know why they're here. They don't know the exact purpose. So I never knew that I was created to dominate in every area that I went. But I found myself always I was always the guy who, when I walk into the room is mine. Wow. And you don't have to. So for example, I'm so confident in me that I love me so much that I don't really care what people think about me. You know?
That's freeing.
Yeah, that's how much I love me. Why? Because I came into an understanding that there's something about me, and that's you too, and that's every listener that is listening. It's only that a system that we came into, the world that we came into, really told us some things about ourselves, and we believed these things, and so we really strayed, you know. So I don't try to be confident. I'm just confident.
Built into you.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. And so am I, guys. There's confidence over here, okay?
Yeah,
confidence
man,
abounds.
Confidence is over here, you know.
How important is one's mindset in chasing purpose?
Whoa. You are the sum total of you become the sum total of what you think every day. You know, mindset is absolutely most important. Sometimes I say some daring things because having found truth and found real truth, I say some daring things. So for example, I walk around, not with my mind, but I walk around with the mind of Christ. I walk around with the same mind that Jesus Christ have. So when I drive into a parking lot, wherever I go, and today I just smiled, you know, after I drove into Sovereign, and I was saying, I drove up and the place was blocked, and I said, Father, son need a spot,
and just like
and a spot just happened. Because I operate with the mind of Christ. The mind of Christ, Jesus Christ, spoke to trees, and trees withered, you know. So I believe in talking to the rain and telling the rain, not don't fall, but you cannot fall, because there are some things that I need to get done, you know. So mindset is right at the top. Everything, again, you become what you think.
Yes. That's so important. That's
You know,
true. That is true.
as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And that's not talking about your heart in the left side of your chest. If you go context, you recognize as a man thinketh. The question is, what do you think with? You think with your mind, you know. And so what it is saying is, the seat of your mind, your unconscious, your subconscious rather. As a man thinketh, what you play in most is what you become, you know. So for example, as I say, I used to be a troublemaker. So I can talk to the youths who are considered the youths who are troublemakers now, and because I have an understanding. An understanding was, there was a point in my life where every time I spoke, the second and third words were expletives, right? But I had a transitioning, a shift, and within the space of 2 weeks, I never spoke expletives.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So I started understanding that, what you're putting in is exactly what you get out.
Truth.
You know, and what you think. Our next part of the Constitution says this. It says, out of the abundance of the heart. Heart, what is heart again? Right. Subconscious. Yeah. Subconscious mind. Out of the abundance of the heart, man speaks, you know. So, absolutely, for me, I'm always looking at what I think, how I think, you know. Yeah.
How does one hear their purpose calling when there's so much distractions going around, especially today?
Whoa. Truth is that purpose is always calling. And whatever is making you so uncomfortable, whatever you cannot do, you know, whatever you want to do and cannot do, you will realize that it continues to call. Purpose is always speaking loudly. The truth is that because we have been taught to deal with this 9 to 5, focus on your bills, ensure that as soon as you're finished with the car mortgage, you need a next car that is hotter than the car there, that car, and ensure that every week you're blinging. I mean, nothing is wrong with blinging, but reality is, if all you're living for is blinging, then something is wrong there. But purpose continues to call. I share a story. So I taught for 15 years. Okay. And I learned that I was able to sing when I was maybe 9. Okay. And so I've been singing since I've been 9. And I remember that my mother told me when I was finished with high school. But before that, when I was in high school, there was a choir mistress who just always saw me. Apparently the girls told her that I could sing, because I was always singing for the girls. And she would say, "Young man, why don't you come and join the choir?" And I'm saying, "Yo, man," I said, "Miss, choir is a girl thing, man. When I hear them choir thing there, girl thing that," and stuff. And so I never went that direction. When I finished high school, my mother said, "You're going to teachers' college." I wasn't even interested in teaching. And then what happened is that I went to teachers' college. Teachers' college has a lot of girls. And I was a girls' man. So all right, I said, all right, I can do this. Yeah, you know, and stuff. And I finished and taught for 15 years. In teaching, I started seeing me wasting time when I was a child. Okay. So I started looking back at myself. Each time I'm looking at these kids and I'm saying, but these kids have super potential. Yeah. This is what they used to tell me. Yeah. So now I became the most stern teacher. Nobody can waste time around me. Yeah. And then, so when I got to about year 10, I realized that whenever I want to teach my students and for them to get something, I just need to pop a song. Whatever the content is, just make it into a song. And my students would go into an examination, and the invigilators telling them, no, you have to be quiet, because all my students doing their singing a song. And them not fail because they have it. Yeah. You know, just pop out a song. And so Purpose was always calling me. Purpose was always saying, listen, I'm present and I'm waiting on you to find me. But the truth is, how I found Purpose was 2010, a friend of mine was telling me about this man named Miles Monroe. And you need to see this man. This man sounds like you. When you speak like how this man speaks and stuff. You need to see this man, you know. And so 2014, one morning I was in class and I got a message on my phone from my virgin Jeremy and Edwards. And the message said, rest in peace, Dr. Miles Monroe. I said, but this is the man that Junior been telling me about. And I pressed play because it was a video. The quote I started out with, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but living and don't know why you're present. And I pressed play, and those were the first words I heard. And I said, what is this?
Snatched you, yeah.
I remember I didn't teach for the entire day.
Wow.
For the entire day, I didn't teach, you know. And I started seeing everything. And then there was a connection. When I was 3 years old, my father introduced me to a song called Brand New World. So we just did a cover of the song. It's a song that speaks to every single thing that is happening presently in the world. And I heard that song 1981. I was 3 years old. And that song stuck to me. The words of that song stuck to me. It's the first song I ever thought about to say I wanted to cover. Oh. And I just got the opportunity to cover it. I covered it about a year ago. And I had it working on this album, and it's there. And I'm just looking at the world right now, and I'm saying, Jano, you know, so much has been said about what's happening right now that I know. Yeah. You know, so Purpose is always calling loudly. Right. The truth is that people don't take the time to listen. Right. So I would say to people, to find you have to go back to manufacturer. If you drive a Benz car and something go wrong with it, you wouldn't carry it to some sloppy mechanic. No. And you wouldn't carry it to Toyota either. Right. You want to carry it to Benz because common sense says that Benz, who made it, knows everything about it. So the question is really who made you and who is responsible for the purpose that you carry. When you can answer those two questions, you know exactly where to go to get what you want.
Right, and that's one of the reasons that Chasing Purpose was birthed. Guys, if purpose is calling you, I'm hoping that you heed that call. All right, break down the term kingdom influencer.
Kingdom influencer. A kingdom influencer is a person who understands, first and foremost, what is a kingdom. Because if you are an influencer of a thing, you have to understand the thing. So the kingdom influencer is a person who understands that one, God is a king, and God made them a king, because you're made in the image and likeness of the king. Yeah. If you are the king's son, you are called a prince. If you are the daughter, you are called a princess. Prince and princess, those two terms mean first, which means they are first in line. Right? So kingdom influencer is somebody who understands that one, if you are the king's child, you have the influence that the king has. That means there are no boundaries. Yes. Nothing is supposed to be able to stop you. The only person that can stop you is you. Yes. But you have to be aligned with the king.
Yes. So
Alignment is most important. Him say,
important.
he says, seek first the kingdom. Seek first the government that the king carries and all his righteousness, meaning be right with the king and the kingdom. And it says, then everything that the world says that you need will chase after you.
Alignment is so important. Alignment with our manufacturer, which is God. Shunammite.
Whoa.
I think it's such an important song, especially in today's world where we hear so much negativity about relationships. Why was penning this song so important, especially in this time? Because it was released during this COVID year.
This song was written because I have a Shunammite.
What a blessing that is, by the way.
I have a Shunammite, and I want every woman to know that she's a Shunammite, and she has to know it. Why? Because the apple tree is always in the apple seed. If the apple seed is on this desk, the apple seed remains apple seed with the apple tree inside of it. It's waiting on environment. It's waiting on environment. What am I saying? I'm saying that apple seed carries not just, it is a fact that it's an apple seed presently. But that's not the truth. It contains the apple tree. And that's also a fact. Because the apple tree also has apples on it. And every apple has a seed in it. So it means that every seed carry more trees with more apples, with more seeds, with more apples, with more trees. You know? And Shunammite is special for me because I want women to understand who they are. I wrote this song for my wife, but I wrote it for every woman. Every woman that exists in the world. Yeah? Because we talk about the king and we talk about the queen. Adam in his time did not cry out and say, oh, I am lonely and I need some help. No, the king said, it is not good for you to be alone. And now watch this. So I'm giving you a helpmate. Now, most people in the world who don't understand this thing, when they hear the word helpmate, think that the woman becomes a helper. But if you and I, if this table was so heavy and we wanted to move it and I could move it,
we would do it together.
And I asked you to help me to move it, there's something that we need to figure out. You could not move this table if you were not as strong as me or stronger.
I love it.
You know? So the Shunammite woman is a woman who, she loves her husband and she recognizes that she's not, oh Lord, help me. Let me disturb some people. The Constitution never says you're supposed to be nobody girlfriend. That is what the world gives to us. And I'm not going religion now, because I don't do religion. I'm going constitution, government. People call your girlfriend, listen to this. It's when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. And listen to the last part. Now, the man is able to obtain favor from God. That means she's packed with favor. Not just his favor, but she's packed with her favor and his favor, the favor of the two of them together that is supposed to impact the world.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. Thank you for being so enlightened and enlightening. We look forward to you and changing the world because you're a change maker, you're an influencer, you're a kingdom influencer. But before we go, everything on Ari Jam, you have to we're going to break. You have to take us out with the song.
Okay, cool. Cool. I'll take you out of that song. Definitely. Definitely.
Go on, man.
My favorite song right now is a song that was written. It took 10 years to be written. And as soon as it was finished writing, everything that it is saying just start happening right across the world. That's the song The Mirror.
Okay, yes.
The song The Mirror, 10 years. And as soon as we were finished writing that song, November, I recorded it. Then came COVID-19. Then came this George Floyd thing, and then came everything across the world. To be frank, we wrote the script for the video, and everything that is happening in the world right now is a script for the video.
Give us a piece right now.
Answers in the mirror, the answers in the mirror. Oh yeah, it's not a black and white thing, but a dark and light thing. Ignorance them highlight and knowledge them fighting. So get this right, king, you're not a peasant, you're a king. Stop fussing over dirt, which is the color of your skin. Greater than your outside is the image that's within your character likeness. Sure. Like lightning, you're shining, don't conform, be transformed. Every world change arising. We are the change that we want to see. Say, we can change the world, but it takes the you and me.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much, Rondell Positive, for being a guest here on Chasing Purpose.
It's a blessing. I thank you. What you just did was you gave my voice a wind that I can be in Jamaica, and you gave me a wind that has taken my voice all over the world.
Bless. With that, we go to a break. When we return, we get ready for our purposeful holiday picks.
No, not just radio, man, you know. RJam radio, you know.
Savor the journey. Our Dos Maderas rum is a spirit that blooms of two cultures ripened with time. From Barbados and Guyana in the Caribbean to Jerez de la Frontera, Spain, Dos Maderas 5+3 is the first double-aged rum in the world, coming from the heartland of rum in the Caribbean all the way to the famous sherry cask of Spain. Experience how two cultures come together and savor the 10-year journey in the form of one truly exquisite spirit. Dos Maderas 5+5 triple-aged rum. Ask for Dos Maderas at your favorite spirit shops. Imported by Palm Bay.
This is a public service announcement from RJam Radio.
The place they can't lock, nobody can go nowhere. Turn on your yard that the hashtag a trend, yeah. Remember fi wash your two hand them proper, yeah, hear me? Ready, listen and follow me there. Make us so roots, soap, water, wash it, soap, scrub, rinse it, flash it, finger, hand back, water, got it, pat dry, napkin, germs dead, stop it. 99.9% of germs them gone. Have me sanitizer. Me hear a youth talk about him no afraid of the virus, but me a the wiser. Lockdown, sanitizer turn up. A board in the house, me see a tree, me a go run up. Cool in me chest, if me no coughing, I go come up. Can't cough too loud, that's the violence I go turn up. Lock your door, stay easy. You no hear me? Handshake, physical contact, scary. Flu like symptoms. Nobody come near me. Self-isolate, give me distance. Clear me. 99.9% of germs them gone. Have me sanitizer.
That was a public service announcement from RJam Radio.
Hello? Papa, big problem. Mama cooking with Sunday dinner and the cooking gas just dumps up grabs. You can't send where a cylinder?
We live thousands of miles away from Jamaica. How we going to send your cooking gas?
Same way you send me grocery every month. Sam's Bread and Butter Express.
But son, Bread and Butter Express.com don't deliver cooking gas.
Yes, Bread and Butter Express deliver cooking gas. And you can order from anywhere in the world. And then we hook it up for you too, even up here in the top mountain.
What you saying to me? Bread and Butter Express.com deliver cooking gas and hook it up everywhere in Jamaica?
You can order online, but me know you don't like computer. So write down them number 516-481-6602 extension 205. Call them before the food get cold.
I'm going to call breadandbutterexpress.com right now. 516-481-6602 extension 205.
My phone credit I finished, Papa. Thanks for the cooking gas. Mama, gas soon come.
Sam's Bread and Butter Express, the fast, easy way for you to send groceries and cooking gas to loved ones everywhere in Jamaica. Visit breadandbutterexpress.com or call 516-481-6602 extension 205.
A clear mind and a calm heart make for the wisest decisions. At O'Reilly Funeral Home, planning ahead means peace of mind for you and your family. O'Reilly Funeral Home also has decades of experience with shipping to the Caribbean. Call our professional, dependable, and experienced staff at 718-528-6969. That's 718-528-6969. Or visit our website, OREILLYfuneralhome.com. O'Reilly Funeral Home, located across from St. Clair's Roman Catholic Church in Rosedale, Queens. families. O'Reilly Funeral Home, serving families for over 100 years.
Yard is where your heart is. Find everything to build up, fix up, and nice up your yard in Jamaica at hardwareandlumber.com/yard.
Cause when I check it out loud, oh, ain't no better than that, oh no.
I'm Joe, your CBD expert. Jamaica Smooth CBD-infused balm and sprays are perfect for targeting achy muscles and joints in specific areas. It's very effective in reducing swelling, inflammation, as well as even treating acne and other skin conditions such as eczema. Made with an all-natural beeswax base and formulated with a lemongrass scent, the topicals are best used when relaxing at home. Simply apply the balm or spray onto the affected area and let the CBD absorb into your skin to begin soothing and relaxing you. Order now at JamaicaSmooth.com or call us at
1-833-766-6845, 1-833-SMOOTH-5.
You ever check out the Golden Restaurant on Picking Avenue in Brooklyn? The cooked food is excellent. Soups, porridge, chicken, goat, oxtail, seafood, and fish specials. You name it, they have it. And it tastes nice. Plus, them have peanut punch, Irish moss, carrot, coconut water, sorrel, magnum, and more juices and drinks. Golden Crust at 1655 Picking Avenue near Rockaway Avenue in Brooklyn. 718-342-7576. Catering and delivering services are also available. We little, but we talawa.
Chasing Purpose Purposeful Holiday Picks question of the day. Other than sorrel, name 2 ingredients that go into making sorrel drink.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from our family at Irie Jam to you and yours. Have a peaceful and happy New Year.
Why? A love letter to my wife sitting right here beside you, but I thought I would write. Remembering the days and the night when we lived in the dark and we never knew light. Lotoya, I love you, I love you. You are my Shunammite, baby. And I'm gonna love you right, my lady, daily, sincerely Shunammite, baby. And I'm gonna love you right, my lady, daily, sincerely. Favor carrier, you are my best friend. Took a glimpse and I knew that I found a good thing. You are my queen and I am your king. Before the beginning, we were predestined to be more than friends, not just lovers. Together dominate and take over. Watch and put together, none break asunder. You are my Shunammite, baby. And I'm gonna love you right, my lady, daily, sincerely Shunammite, baby. And I'm gonna love you right, my lady, daily, sincerely. Resilient, persistent in everything you do. A virtuous woman, consistently you. Diligent, patient, you're faithful and true. The light of my life, I'm the stick to your glue. You are more than a friend, not just a lover. Wife of a youth, purpose partner. What you put together, none break asunder. You are my Shunammite, baby. And I'm gonna love you right, my lady, daily, sincerely Shunammite, baby. And I'm gonna love you right, my lady, daily, sincerely. An excellent woman in you I find, more precious than jewels you are divine. Knowledge intact and your actions wise. Proverbs 31, woman my first prize. Divinely appointed and you are mine. The eyes to my head, bricks to my spine. Like Bonnie and Clyde, never leave my side. Like Adam and Eve, you are my Shunammite, baby. And I'm gonna love you right, my lady, daily, sincerely Shunammite, baby. And I'm gonna love you right, my lady, daily, sincerely. Favor carrier, you are my best friend. Took a glimpse and I knew that I found a good thing. You are my queen and I am your king. Before the beginning, we were predestined to be more than friends, not just lovers. Together dominate and take over. Watch and put together, none break asunder. You are my Shunammite, baby. And I'm gonna love you right,
week's Purposeful Holiday Picks. I know I am. Ooh, an on-time drum roll. The magic hand, the golden touch. Our next guest creates magic through the word aesthetic of calligraphy and hand lettering. Her design style is clean, detail-oriented, and simply beautiful. Slice of Paper Co. evokes emotion by lending its detail and expression to the memories distilled in the spaces of life's moments. Their applications range from brand and logo developments, social media developments, custom calligraphy, and art prints. We would like to welcome Elisa Morgan to our Chasing Purpose Purposeful Holiday Picks. Elisa, how are you?
Hi, Sin. Thank you again for having me.
Thank you for being on this show. At what point did you realize that you could turn your talent into a business?
Really, I've always had beautiful hand lettering, but I noticed that there was a market, a calligraphy market, specifically on home decor items, specifically art prints and just different things like pillows. So I did a workshop a long time ago, just pretty much learning how to refine that hand lettering art that I already had. And from there, I noticed that there was a market for it. So that's how it started.
Awesome. You make handmade, modern, practical, and hand-painted products that spark daily inspiration and encouragement. In between developing brands for other female-owned small businesses, and having your collection sold out and in the hands of well-known celebrities, what has that experience been like for you?
It really has been just a journey. When I first had the chance of launching collection number 1, which is the pink collection, I don't have it on hand now. It is sold out and I haven't brought it back since like last year. I got asked to do a collection for Khloe Kardashian, and from there I just pushed it forward. It started out as a project for my friends. I would give them little cutout Bible verses from my old journals and my calligraphy in a jar, and I never pushed it forward because I was so busy with brand and logos and art prints. But I had the opportunity to create a box specifically for Khloe Kardashian, and after that everyone wanted it. They wanted to know how to get their hands on it, so I made it a product, and that's how I got started.
A whole blessing.
Yes.
You have always felt moved to design and create. Can you describe the feeling you get while you are creating?
For me, it's just relaxing. I think it's my comfort zone. It's the time away from my kids that I need. It just speaks to me on a personal level. It really is my home. It's my baby. It's everything that I need to just relax and be in my zone.
It's important, especially in creating. From your creativity, the idea of the quote of the day box came into fruition. What is the quote box?
So the quote box is 45 quotes. I have different collections, but each collection has a different curated collection of quotes. The first one I started off with, of course, for Khloe. I really just took to her Instagram and took a look at her style and her aesthetic, which is that pastel pink. And all of her quotes were so motivating, so inspiring. And I kind of just looked around for different things here and there. So not one specific, I guess, topic that sometimes people ask me for. Do you have a quote box for people who are entrepreneurs, or people who want to become their own boss, or teachers, or things like that? But I really just, my answer is yes and no, because the collection is 45 quotes and they're all different types of quotes, whether it's encouraging, whether it's just to get you up and motivated, whether it's just a breath of fresh air, or a reminder to let you know that you are doing the best that you can, and that's okay. So really that's what each collection is about.
awesome. You also provide social media development and management, something we all should be doing. But it's also something a few of us, like myself, would like to take off our to-do list. Can you provide us with 5 tips that we should know about using social media as we end 2020 and head into 2020?
Yeah, so I actually just kind of publicly launched that. I did have a job before this that I was doing full-time, and Slice of Paper was part-time. Now I'm going to that journey of full-time with this, and I've always done it, but I never really advertised it. Shameless plug. But I am offering my services now, and the 5 top tips I think I would say are: number 1, everybody's like, oh, what can I do to plan? What can I do to plan? Don't make it so planned. I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds like incorrect, but I always kind of love to throw in a freestyle post of the week. So it doesn't seem so, I don't know, salesy. It's just too much. I like to be raw and organic. And my number 1 tip is to always throw in that post that just feels natural to you. And I think in general, this is point number 2, tip number 2, I think the whole feel of your aesthetic, of your brand, whether you're a one-woman team or just a brand in general, I think everything should feel organic and raw. I don't like the whole idea of trying to copy an idea or someone else. Usually if someone comes to me and they show me who their inspiration is, but I like to always remind them that you have your own journey. So number 2, of course, is to stay true to yourself, and let's work on that. And how can we pull out all of the great attributes that you have to offer into your brand, and let's showcase that. So number 2 would be stay true to yourself. And then number 3, I would stick to a color palette that again speaks to your brand, speaks to you, and is consistent. So 3 to 5 colors within your social media, whether it's the filters that you're using, hint, hint. We can go either light and airy. I'm sure you guys have heard it if you're into interior also. It's the same thing. So light and airy, or dark and moody, or very vibrant and colorful. Branding goes hand in hand with social media. So I would say that's number 3. So choose a cohesive filter or filters. I use 2 to 3, and I repeat that. So number 4, I would say, is just keeping it to the same filters that we use. So I like to use 3 to 5 different filters. And then number 5, I would say, shameless plug again, but going back to your brand mark, your sub mark, I really feel strongly about having those marks. You need to have those set apart from everything else. You can post content and it can be cohesive and it can be filtered with the same filters. But if you don't have that brand mark to just tie everything together, I feel like it doesn't flow. So whenever you see my work, sometimes you'll see the little hand icon with the heart, or I just actually rebranded. It's been 5 years and I rebranded, and now I have the S, just the single logo letter S. So if you see that and you're launching a product, for example, when someone receives your product, they can relate back to the brand again, your Instagram, social media. So yep, that's number 5. Have a brand mark, sub mark, icon, whatever it is, have it cohesive in your.
By the way, guys, our sister company, Caribbean Style File, Elisa was the curator. This is the designer of that logo. So please, 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 all my entrepreneurs out there, we're not shameless plugging. We're intentionally plugging. Support Slice of Paper Co. Now, Elisa, are you chasing purpose, or have you found it, and are you thriving in it?
I think that's changing for me just because of my personal life. Yeah, I would say it's changing my purpose, specifically for moms and moms who want to just be accepting of themselves and still moving forward and pushing forward in whatever it is that they want to do. Me specifically, I'm entering this journey as full entrepreneurship, as my child is having a breakdown right now. But just lending yourself to that grace that you so deserve every day. It is hard, man. And not letting anyone tell you that, you know, you have to be a certain way. There's a certain prototype to be a mom. No, there's not. So I think my purpose right now, especially through the quote of the day cards, is you pull a card and you read it, you let it sink in, just let it encourage you, just build on that and go from there. That's right now is my purpose. It could change.
Where can persons find your work?
My website. So it's www.sliceofpaper.com or my Instagram. I really just love Instagram. Right now I do, at least. So it's at sliceofpaperco. And you can find everything there. The products, my branding. You can DM me if you have a question. But yeah, I would say Instagram or my website.
And it's also, you can email.
You could email.
At sliceofpaperco@gmail.com.
You could also email.
Thank you for sharing time and space with us, Elisa. Blessings and joy to you and to yours for this holiday season.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
Right, bye. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Yes.
All right. We leave you with this quote, and I'm going to pull the quote. Well, I've already pulled the quote. Can you guys see the quote? I pulled one. All right. I pulled it. This is the quote. This is the box you'll be getting. This beautiful acrylic box. It comes with I guess you'd call this a display thingy. And the quote that I leave you with today from Slice of Paper Co. is, consistency is harder when no one is clapping for you. You must clap for yourself during these times. You should always be your biggest fan. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to our team. Thank you to our engineers and our artisans. Remember to download our app, IRIJam 360, and join us virtually, or log on to irijamradio.com, and you can email us at chasingpurpose on irijam@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. Thank you to all our purposors for joining me today. Great being with you tonight. Have a great rest of the week. Have a great rest of the week. And as always, be blessed. Good night.
They told me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, a newborn king to see, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, to lay before the king, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. So to honor him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum,